No New Year's Eve celebration. It is not complete without the iconic ball drop in the city that never sleeps. One Times Square, the building that houses the 12,000-pound Constellation ball, featuring more than 5,000 Waterford crystals. It serves as an official sponsor of Times Square's New Year's Eve and is now giving tourists an inside look into the iconic commercial landmark. Joining me now live in studio, Jamestown Chairman and President Michael Phillips, which owns One Times Square and that New Year's Eve ball. So fun to have you here, and you are maybe the busiest man in the world tonight. So I will keep this fun and easy and let you be on your way. Can you first tell our audience, how did this all start? How did the New Year's Eve ball drop at One Times Square become a tradition?
Well, interestingly, in 1905, the city of New York outlawed fireworks, if you can imagine. And so Adolph Ox, who owned the New York Times newspaper, went to Greenwich in England and found an iconic ball from the 18th century, which had been used for merchant vessels to navigate, and brought it over. And so this is the 9th one we've had, and it's the most digitally advanced one we've had.
This is incredible. So you are just undergoing a big renovation on your property as well. Tell me a little bit about that and sort of what people can view and see when it comes to New Year's Eve.
Sure. So we just are wrapping up a 4-year, $550 million renovation of the building, which is topped by this new iconic ball, which we'll have a series of experiences in the building, 22 floors of them, and one of them is being able to get up close and personal with the ball and have a crystal and take it away. There's a 4-floor history exhibit. There's a full immersive music, light, and sound production that's coming, as well as a series of other items like a wedding venue, which will give way to 16,000 weddings in Times Square a year.
Wow, amazing. Now, so talk to me about something, because in the introduction, we also mentioned the 250th birthday of America. So there's going to be, you said, a second ball drop at 12:04, and then we have another ball drop on July 3rd. Am I right?
There's a series of activities planned for July 3rd.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fun. Yes. So what can we expect that you are able to talk about?
I don't know that I can talk a lot about it now, but I think they will talk about it through the course of this evening and tomorrow.
Okay.
But there's a lot of exciting things coming across America, but certainly a lot of it based in New York.
Well, we cannot wait. And talk to us about, just quickly, because I'm always curious about this, how much can you sleep before you have to start planning for next year?
It's constant.
Really?
I mean, we're planning several years out. It's funny, we talk about how cold it is tonight, but it's clear. Last year it was raining for the full 24 hours around New Year's Eve. So imagine 1 million+ people standing in the rain for up to 10 hours. And so it's actually, tonight should be a cakewalk in terms of weather comparatively. But the planning is out multiple years. And we have incredible partners in the New York City Fire and Police and all the first responders. And this is truly a partnership with Times Square Alliance and the City of New York. It couldn't happen without everyone.
Talk to me about the City of New York. Also at midnight, we're going to get a new mayor. There have been some business leaders who've expressed concern at his policies and what it means when you cap rents. Now that's residential, you're commercial, but have you engaged with this new administration? What are you hoping to get from this new mayor?
Sure. I mean, I think New York needs to thrive and has had challenges throughout the course, but certainly the last 6 years have not been easy. I think we're all aligned as well around housing needing to be built in the city and needing to have everyone have economic benefit in the city. So I think the real estate community stands ready to collaborate with Mandami as he gets into office.
Has he engaged with you?
Yes.
He has?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think his administration and his advanced team is spending a lot of time with the real estate community.
That's encouraging to hear for those of us who live and work in the city and
Absolutely.
are really rooting for its success, not its demise.
Yes.
I'm born and raised in California, engaged, married in San Francisco. Ghirardelli Square, right. I know, is a popular one for you. What do you see in terms of commercial real estate outside New York City? San Francisco, Atlanta, regionally, what's hot, what's not?
Well, certainly the South, and Atlanta has been one of the leading markets in the last 5 years, as well as Florida and Texas. But I think cities like San Francisco this year have rebounded in a huge way. the AI boom is real, and housing stock is trading really quickly in the city, which is positive. And I think I would say in any of these cities that lead, like finance, obviously, and fashion and music here, and tech and AI in San Francisco, I wouldn't bet against cities that are leading in their sectors. Certainly, there's headwinds in many places, but the real estate industry is cyclical like everything else, right?
So what is cyclical is some of our rates.
Right.
Rates go up, rates go down. A lot of people are betting on more Fed rate cuts next year.
Yes.
How much of that is a boon to your business?
I think I would say it is a lifesaver to a lot of people in the business, because obviously interest rates going up and the availability of capital for people to finance the real estate industry is essential. So getting the real estate rates to come in a bit is helpful.
We started off the show showing the Burj Khalifa. They were ringing midnight at 3 p.m. Eastern. You also have properties globally as well. I talk to people and they say, oh my gosh, all of our best engineers are in Dubai. They're in the UAE, they're in Saudi Arabia. Globally, what's hot right now?
You know, it's interesting. I think the Middle East is certainly hot. I think they've prioritized a lot in terms of growth and investment in infrastructure. We're going to see that Saudi's opening up to foreign investment in real estate at the beginning of the year. But I also think that livable, walkable, accessible cities with lots of power and energy, with data center grids that are close by, will be the winners in the future here. And so I think what's interesting is there are more people all the time. I think it's a yes and, it's not a either or. And I think every market has its strengths and weaknesses.
Okay, so we're going to let you go. What do? You leave here, you run to Times Square, and what's the first thing you do?
I check in with the team, and we get ready for the evening.
Okay,
and,
let's make sure the ball really drops.
Yeah, let's make sure.
This was really fun.
Thank you so much.
Michael Phillips.
Yeah.
No, thank you for taking the time.